Well, hello there, Amazonians. Got some earphones to show you today. These are brand new on the market, at least in the US market, put it that way. These, as it says, are KZs, which are my favorite dollar for dollar earphones you can buy. This is their new model AS10. And I'm going to do a quick review of these. And let me preface the review by saying reviews, anybody can write one. You can take it or leave it, believe what you want, what people say. I'll preface this by saying I'm a 75-year-old retired professional musician, trumpet player. Started playing when I was 15 for money, which was fun. Anyway, I've been listening to music all my life, trying to learn how to play my horn better. And started out with, like most people my age, with a phonograph and then tape players and da-da-da-da-da-da. But this is the finest set of earphones I have ever heard in my life. And I've got quite an extensive collection of earphones, headphones, speakers, wall units, all that stuff. These things are incredible. The AS10 is because I'm not sure what the AS is, except they're balanced armature, but they have 5 drivers in each one. This is the little booklet that came with it, so you can check it out. I'll put this on YouTube and go through a little bit of the specs that you'll find on the dealer's webpage in case you're just watching YouTube. But they come in a beautiful little presentation box with what looks like a stainless steel deal at the bottom that has what it is in the box. A great gift. And they come with the earphones, inserted where they should be here, left and right. And nice box, very protective. These things, they used to have, the KZ models had some previous model earphones that had 5 drivers in each one. This one is 5 drivers in each one, but instead of using the dynamic driver in the older style for bass, this one actually has a balanced armature bass driver in it. And man, that makes all the difference in the world. Most earphones of this type, the problem you have with them is trying to find the right ear tip to make it seat properly in your ear. Because if it doesn't, you won't hear the bass. It'll sound tinny. And it can drive you crazy. You put them in your ear and you move around and they move a little bit and then there goes the bass. These things with this balanced armature bass unit in a driver are incredible. If you just get them comfortably in your ear, you don't have to force them or cram them farther into your ear canal. This has sufficient bass with power and projection that all you got to do is they have the wire piece that holds them over the ear top, the top of your ear. All you got to do is get these near your ear, and the balance is this beautiful. I mean, you've got all the highs you ever want, mid-range, and now, which is unusual with earbuds without going to a lot of trouble, you've got just tons of bass. But the bass, all the drivers are individual. You'll have to look at the website. I got these from Sky Sound. They're on Amazon Prime, but their website is Sky Sound, 2 words. And they sell for $67.99. I'll go ahead and throw that in there while I'm thinking about it. But these things, you'll see how pretty they are. They're a little thicker. Each one has on it, whether it's left or right. So there's no reason to confuse which is which. It has a model number and the whole thing right there. What I do is trade out the little silicone plugs. They give you 3, sizes of silicone plugs. I trade those out because I have very large ears, and I do the little memory foam deals. not because I have to cram them in my ear. They just stay put better because they fit the size of my ear canal. And I do red for right and black for left, so I don't have to read the little fine print on there. But I'll give you a quick rundown of the specs. They come in two colors. They come in red or cyan, which is kind of a bluish green color, very pretty. Now, they're black body on both of them. It's just the top part that has the color. But you can see inside probably some of what's going on. It's part of the circuit board. And it's really, you have to look at the website on SkySound and see pictures of these things taken apart to believe what all is in here. But these are amazing sounding. Back to the specs, you can get them red or this cyan color, with or without a microphone. If you want the mic on the cable, the little button control, it's $1 more, so no big deal. I would suggest, unless you need the mic button and the control button, that you just get the regular cable that comes with them without the mic, because there's less chance of going wrong if you don't have little buttons to click on the cable itself. The frequency response is rated at 20 to 40,000 hertz. And some of the people that sell these rate them a little differently. You can take your pick what you believe, but it's so well balanced, and the sound is so incredibly good, it doesn't really matter what the specs say. It's what you actually hear that's important. And these are rated at 14 ohms, about a 4-foot cable, 5 balanced armatures. There's no dynamic drivers in there whatsoever. These wires are like a lot of, well, all the KZs have a 2-wire plug. So the MMCX cable connections are good in the sense that the earphone itself will rotate and it's easy to fit in your ear, but the connections can easily get messed up with the MMCX. I know they're popular on the really expensive brands of earphones, but I've had trouble with several of them that can cost quite a bit of money and had to send them back. But these come with a 1-year warranty. With these removable 2-pin plugs, you can go with the short Bluetooth, long Bluetooth cable. You can go $200 silver plated, beautiful. You know, I mean, the sky's the limit on the different cables that are available for these. Another interesting thing that I think is good, maybe over-exaggerated, is all the KZ models have a patented system, of which I can't quite understand, but they require break-in for these earphones, all of their earphones, all the KZ earphones, of 5 minutes at a medium to low medium volume. In other words, plug these things into your cell phone, whatever you want to use them for. Find some, soft music. Just think of it as your car engine. Just let it warm up a little bit. And they say 5 minutes is fine. Run them at a low to medium volume for 5 minutes. Fire them up. They're ready to go. I take that with a grain of salt. So I hook mine up to a cell phone, let them run for about an hour, and then check them out and, put them in my ear. And if they sound good, then I'll increase the volume and make sure I like the sound. Then I'll go back down to a lower volume and let them sit for another hour or so and make sure you get them broken in right. But the big difference, like I say, of anything else on the market is that balanced armature bass driver in these things. It's hard to explain in words about music, but what happens is the bass driver, being separate, doesn't get in the way of the other frequencies. So the mid-range has separate drivers. The upper register, the treble, has 2 drivers, and they don't get in each other's way. You're not trying to get a low-pitched instrument and a high-pitched instrument coming out of the same speaker or driver in this case. Because they're separated and the crossover circuit is well done, Whoever tuned these knew what they were doing. And no matter the bass is significantly better in this, it doesn't bother the other frequencies. To put it simply, these are amazing. It's a 1-year warranty. If you don't like them, you can send them back. I don't think they'll ever get a pair of these back unless there's some sort of, accidental flaw with them. But I've never had anything from KZ I had to return. They've all worked perfectly well. But you really need to check these out. The bad news is whatever you've been listening to, well, I guess the good news is it's almost Christmas. So whatever you have now and you've been listening to, you could wrap up and give them as presents, because once you hear these, you'll never listen to anything else you have. I don't care if it's headphones, speakers, whatever. These blow away anything that I've ever listened to. But I use them with a shuffle if I'm going to the gym. They don't make them anymore, unfortunately. A little snap-on deal on your shirt collar. Cell phone works great. You can get a Bluetooth cable for these if you want. They come in a nice presentation box and with the other small, medium, and large earpieces, ear tips. And what I use is, this is a Tic Tac container, the large ones you find at the grocery store. Eat the Tic Tacs, save the case. free carrying case. It's very durable. It's you can stick this in your pocket or in your bag. It's not going to hurt the earphones, and they fit in there just perfectly without being damaged. So you can just put them in there and not crimp the wires, or when you put the whole shooting match in there, they're fit tight enough they don't bang around. But I'm not selling containers. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But yeah, the ohms are less, or small enough, 12 to 14, depending on what review you read, that your cell phone will run these fine. If you've got exotic music players, lossless players, whatever, amps, anything you want to use, they'll work. But you can get by with just the simplest of music players. So check these out. SkySound, Amazon Prime, KZ AC10, $67.99. 2 colors, with or without mic. You'll love the sound of these. Best I've ever heard. So check them out and enjoy your music.